Morning, guys. I'm Dave Canterbury with Self-Reliance Outfitters in the Pathfinder School. And what I thought we'd do today is take a look at the IKamper rooftop tent. We're going to set it up, tear it down, kind of walk and talk you through that a little bit, and kind of do a semi-review of this tent today for you so you can see what it looks like in real time. They say that you can set this up in 60 seconds. I would say that you can have the tent deployed within 60 seconds if you're prepped a little bit to do that. And then it takes another couple, 3-4 minutes to get stays put in place and things like that and get it ready to actually sleep in. But it is very quick, very simple. I like it a lot, and it's working well on top of my Gladiator. I just did a 2,000-mile road trip with it, and it worked out very well. I want to talk to you about how it's attached to the roof rack itself, and then we'll go through the tent. Stay with me, guys. Okay, so I have a Rhino rack on top of my RSI Smart Cap, which is a stainless steel cap we've talked about in other videos. The problem with this Skylight 2 Mini is that these brackets are not large enough to fit these 1.5-inch bars on the Rhino rack. So they suggested you use a different set of mounting brackets that you can buy off the website. However, what we decided to do in a pinch was we decided to drill right here and run the pass-through bolt that generally goes underneath the rack through the rack. And we believe that will give us an even better, more solid connection on top of this rack. So we drilled all 4 of these, and then basically it's just a bolt that you turn with a tool they provide. That's an Allen bolt, and it's got lock washers on both sides. And again, I just got off a 2,000-mile journey with this bad boy, and it held solid as a rock. Okay, once you've dropped the ladder down, your shelter's up, you can then add the metal stays for the vestibule. Before you pull out the second half of your mattress, you have this bag that stores against the mattresses here, and 2 covers for your lift pistons here to keep them from collapsing. It's just basically a safety mechanism to put in there, and they snap on to keep those pistons from coming down and vibrating up and down. And then you have the bag that holds 6 of these poles. 2 of them are different than the others, and they go here And these are what hold up your vestibule, and they just plug in to a small channel here. And then they bend up into this. So I have taken the liberty of putting this on ahead of time so that we could look at it together. But these bend very easily, and there's a grommet hole there. So basically you just plug it into that hole beside the ladder, just like this, and then bend it backwards. Again, it's kind of spring steel. Bend it backwards until you find the grommet hole. Drop it in the grommet hole. Tension holds your vestibule open, or your rain fly. And this is part of the rain fly system. This is a two-part shelter system. It's got a canvas inner, and it has a sil nylon outer to give you a rain fly. And then it's insulated on the back wall on the inside as well. Okay, so once you get this bag moved forward so that you can use those where you need them, and these covers move forward, then you have a two-part door system here on the inside of the tent that is held in place by toggles. You have an outer canvas, and you have an inner bug screen. Both of them can be rolled up together if you'd like, and stored by toggle and loop, which is one of my favorite systems, obviously, just like this. Now you take the front half of the mattress and you pull it forward, and it drops into place here. Since you have a large memory foam style mattress on the inside, that gives you an R value of, I believe the website says 6.9. The windows are very similar, except they have not only the sil nylon cover, which is on zippers basically out here, they also have the bug screen, as well as a plastic see-through window here, so that if you want a view in windy weather but you don't want the wind through, you can have that. If you just want bug net, you can have that, so it zips up. Now on these exterior windows, you have the same system of a metal hook that's spring loaded and drops down into a sleeve here underneath the tent. You plug that in and just bend it backwards to attach it, and it springs itself back out, and that gives you that awning over top of your window, and you have enough poles to do that on both sides. Okay, so on the vestibule itself here, you have a couple bungee cords here that can be used to basically secure it from flapping around, and pull it in tight. It kind of gives you just a little bit more protection from side rain, things like that. Now this tent has basically three straps. It has a strap here that goes through an adjustable loop on the bottom of the frame, and it goes around to the outside of the tent over here. You have another one on the opposite side that does the same thing. And then you have one that's in the middle over the top of the center of your canopy. And what those do is they help you break the tent down. The side straps suck the sides into the shell, and the top one lowers the shell down on top. Now you still may have to do a little bit of a tuck in some places, but you can get away with very little once you get used to using this system. Okay, you also have a skylight inside this tent. Again, it has a plastic window, it has a zippered window, and it has a canvas window. So you can open those one at a time to get the desired view or breeze that you want. And there's your metal stay across the top of the tent. You can see there's plenty of room in here. I'm not even close to the end. If I stretch my hand out all the way, I'm touching the end of that mattress, and my feet are just at the end. So that's stretched out all the way, and that puts me at about 6'7" if I stretch completely out like that. So there's more than enough room in here, and you can see that there's plenty of room in here for two people as well. And that's what this Skycamp Mini was designed for, was for two people. Very easy system to get in and out of. Ladder up, ladder down. Now when you get ready to put this thing away or take it down, you want to make sure that your windows are open so that you let air out. Pick up this second piece of the mattress and tuck it all the way to the back. And I generally will use one of these pistons covers to do that. Just push that back. And then I will make sure that my window flaps are free of being caught underneath anything, that they're just kind of sitting out here, because your fold line is right here. So this part of the floor folds into that portion. We're going to take these and tuck them here, and we'll tuck these rods here as well once we get the other 4 taken out of the tent. Okay, so once we've got our rods back in the stowed, we're good there. We can leave the skylight as open or closed as we want to at the top. Everything is good to go here. I'm going to release the door at the top here, just so it doesn't stay folded up. And just let it flap, just like this. And now we just let everything fold down on the outside, just like this. Good. Now we can climb down the ladder here and begin folding up the IKamper. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate you joining me today to take a look at this IKamper SkyCamp Mini. It fits perfect on the top of this RSI Smart Top. You can see it basically goes from one end to the other of the top of this Smart Cap. It mounts perfect on these Rhino racks with a little bit of modification. It's a good, secure fit, and all in all, my first impression of this tent has been fantastic. So I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, for our business, for all our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.